I'm super excited to be going to Antarctica with the final experiment and Will Duffy and Jaron and Austin and a whole bunch of others in December. If you didn't know about that, that's the plan. If you'd like to support, I am crowdfunding. I'll put a link in the description and some instructions if you want to help. It's a good amount of money, so if you want to help, I would absolutely appreciate it. Between now and then, I want to really rain down some destruction on flat Earth. So today I'm covering cold moonlight, and who better to cover it with than Cece?
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. So 9924. You know, I was thinking about the globies,
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He had to press record, hobble over to the table, sit back like he was lounging, and then casually look over at the camera that was already recording, and then edit out all that limping over there part, because he's got that boot on his foot because he broke his foot. I don't know. He's building tension. I love it. The drama is amazing, Cece. Keep it up.
But I'm sure they've done experiments. They had to. I just want to give you an example of one experiment I'm sure they've done. They're easy experiments, it's just using the sun and the moon.
The sun and the moon. Good topic, Cece. You're thinking. I like where you're going with this.
That's right. Yes. My favorite. It's a Swiss Army knife. Your regular, typical, off-the-shelf unit.
Now, I don't have a Swiss Army knife, but I do carry a Leatherman sometimes. But my favorite is this Batman dual-sided knife. You got that side and you got that side. It's pretty cool. The risk is mostly to the wielder, though, so for adults only, not for you, Cece.
It's got a little magnifying glass right here. Yeah, see this? Let's take a look at that magnifying glass close up. This is a magnifying glass. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. That's right. Magnifies things.
Ooh, I've got one too. Look at this one, but mine's bigger. Let's see if I can get it. Nice.
The laser precision. So you take the sun, you get this magnifying glass, and you get that light just right, and it starts to burn paper, leaves, all sorts of things. However, it's curious. When you take the moon, and it's a full moon, and you do it, and you get that just right, it emits cold. Ha! That's confusing.
Ha! That is confusing. Tell you what, it's almost the full moon, and I've got that magnifying glass and a digital thermometer. How about I go outside right now and test it? Here you can see the setup where the moonlight is focused on a point on the bench. Now here's a video showing the moon. I'm gonna turn down here and we can see the setup that we have with the magnifying glass focused on the thermometer. And then we're going to read, that's been sitting there for a while to level out the temperature. And we can see the temperature there is 21.0 degrees Celsius. And now I'm going to move it into the moonlight to see what the moonlight does to the same thermometer. And after several minutes, it stabilized to 20.8 degrees Celsius in the moonlight.
Now, weren't we told that the light from the sun is reflecting off of the moon, and that's what it's projecting? We were told that. So there shouldn't be getting colder. If anything, it should be warm at best, at least.
And the measurement I just did shows that it's warmer in the focused moonlight than out of it. That's awesome, Cece. I'm glad that we showed that moonlight makes things warmer.
But it's not. It's cold.
But it was warmer.
So that would lead me to believe that the moonlight is its own source, has its own source of light. That wouldn't make any sense at all to me. We were told that it's reflecting the light from the sun and projecting it back down to Earth. So it shouldn't be getting colder. It should be at least lukewarm or room temperature or something, but not 10 degrees cooler.
But it wasn't 10 degrees colder. It was 0.8 degrees warmer. Cece, did you actually do this experiment?
See, a Globie, if they conduct this experiment, this would be their reaction. They would be, it's like, oh, no, I don't want to see it anymore. I can't, I don't want to look at it anymore, okay? Get it away from me. Come on, let's go to the bar, or whatever the hell. Let's go watch the sports game.
Oh, but Cece, I love this experiment. This was fantastic. Such a good idea. And I'm not much for the bar, and I definitely don't pay much attention to spinning ball sports. But anyway, I don't know what you're talking about here. Cece, you really need to do this, buddy.
And that would be the extent of the experiment, and then that would get out of their head, and they wouldn't think about it anymore, and then it would be over. Back to pretending like you think everything is true and living on a bowl and spinning away. That would be their reaction to it, and that sucks. Now us flat earthers dig more, and then dig deeper, and find other holes down there that we never thought existed.
Aw, Cece, don't get down on yourself there. I know it's sad, finding things you never thought existed. Anyway, you said you dug deeper. I'm pretty sure you never did this yourself, but you know what I did? I did dig deeper myself. I think it was 2 years ago that I set up an experiment on a much larger scale, doing this exact same thing. So what I did, Cece, you're going to love this. I took a table out in the middle of a field, so there's no buildings nearby, no trees. And then I set up a tall panel. You can see on the screen here, this tall panel that was more than 6 feet away from the tables. And it wasn't over the tables. It was vertical, so it didn't shield any heat. It didn't insulate any heat from escaping out the top. And then I measured the temperature at several different times over the course of a couple hours, using an infrared thermometer. And you know what I found? You're going to love this, Cece. I found that when it was in the moonlight, well, look at this graph here. When it was in the moonlight, it was a little bit warmer. Not much warmer, just a little warmer. So the moonlight actually seems to have made it warmer, just like the experiment I did tonight, Cece. Aren't you so glad that I dug a little deeper? I did a nice controlled experiment where I avoided having something over the top of it, like a tree that would trap heat in. That's an important thing, Cece. Anyway, when you're going to do it, take a look at how I did it. I'll link in the description the full several hour live stream that I did of the actual measurements. I detailed all the numbers in there. You can make your own spreadsheet and you can look at your own graph that's nice and pretty like this, showing that moonlight makes things warmer. Cece, I think you're going to love this.
But now we do. See, flat earthers know what we live on. We know this is not a rocky, white ball in space spinning at this enormous amount of speed.
Yep. One rotation every 24 hours. Yay. So much speed. I know it's 1,000 miles at the equator. 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. But you know, when you're on the Concorde, which doesn't exist anymore, but I hear that they're making a new one. Anyway, when people were on the Concorde, they were traveling more than 1,000 miles an hour and they didn't feel it at all. They felt nice. You know what they did? They took their cans of Tab and they drank their cans of Tab without anybody spilling any. Well, unless they had too many rum and tabs. Who would have a rum and tab? That'd be gross.
Traveling with the galaxy in this ever-expanding universe, we know that we're stationary. We know we're covered with a dome, that there is no space. Space does not exist, which completely gets rid of the space agencies. They're done. Finished. That's just a cover-up for everything out there to keep you believing that you live on this spinning wet ball, to throw you little tidbits here and there, little...
Well, hold on. Wait. How is NASA going to benefit by tricking people into thinking that we're living on a sphere, the thing that all of the evidence matches. And instead of your tiny little prison dome thing, how are they going to benefit? Is it money? Well, NASA doesn't hardly get any budget compared to the other agencies of the government. Plus, this conspiracy has to have been going for 2,500 years. NASA hasn't been around a whole lot more than, well, I don't know, 6 or 7 decades. So how was NASA benefiting before that? Also, is it I know they're hiding God, because if the people found out that we were actually trapped in this little prison dome thing, then everybody would accept God. Is that your idea? It's so compelling. But wait, it's so uncompelling that the people hiding God aren't compelled to stop hiding God. You see, it kind of falls apart when you do that. Then you actually look at this and you find out, well, more than half of the world's population already believe in God. So they're kind of failing at that miserably.
For us, it's Easter eggs. For you guys, it's keeping that thought going. The indoctrination. Yes. Oh, there's another moon from a different solar system. A meteor. Oh no, another one? God, we better prepare. That's all it is. Thank you for subbing and thank you for viewing my videos. Let me be a part of your life.
A meteor's not a moon from a different solar system, but well, let's not get into the details. Cece, I'm so glad to be part of your life. And you know what? I think it's time for another phone call. I'll ring you up soon.